Hello and a very good evening. You're watching Primetime News on TV1. For the News First team, I'm Dasnia Thada. Let's start off with a look at tonight's headlines.
The police officer who assaulted and pointed a gun at a group following an accident in Nilpanagoda arrested. Investigations on Madush comes to an end. 18 individuals found with narcotic substances in their system. UNP appoints 6 new electoral organisers. Rukanta Gunathilaka appointed as the electoral organiser of Dambadeniya. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa criticises the activities of the Constitutional Council. GL Pires says that the 19th Amendment will be changed again by the rule of the Rajapaksas.
A police officer has been arrested in Nilpanagoda, Minuangoda in connection to the assault of 3 individuals.
An accident that involved 2 motorbikes occurred in Nilpanagoda in Dunagahapara, Minuangoda. Visuals of how one person then pulled out a weapon and behaved in an unruly manner was captured on CCTV. The man holding the weapon could then be seen attacking those around him and then attacking the people who had been at a service centre nearby.
කවුද කියලා අහලා මේ මට වෙපන් එක ලෝඩ් කරලා දික් කරලා ඉලක්කව මේක ඔරිජිනල් බඩුවක් කියලා කිව්වා.
පිස්තෝලයක් කරලා පෙන්නලා ගහන්න හැදුවා. අර අහිංසකල එක්කෙනෙක්ට තමයි පිස්තෝලේ දික් කරේ. ළමයි 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. වෙඩි තියලා මැරුණා නම්. While this individual had fled the scene at the time 119 had been contacted, he was then found hiding in a residence nearby. It was later discovered the suspect was serving in the Karunanayake police station. A group gathered at the Minuangoda police last evening, stating that even though the suspect had been arrested, the weapon was yet to be taken into custody of the Minuangoda police. We don't know to say if this man is from the police or whether he is from the underworld. The people of this village asked if the pistol this man possessed was taken into the custody of the police. The police didn't say. After the man was arrested at 9 PM, we were in the police till 2 AM. Up until then, the gun wasn't taken into custody. That is the problem we have. What happened to the gun he had? Who is he to go around carrying a gun in civil clothing? He pulled out an ID to claim that he is in the Karunanayake police intelligence unit, and then he assaulted my uncle. He then asked for 500,000 rupees and loaded his gun. Our reporter said 3 people who were injured in the assault were admitted to the Minuangoda Rural Hospital for treatment.
The bicycles collided head-on and I was thrown off. After about 2 minutes, I went near him and asked why he came on to me. Then he pulled out a weapon. He threatened me and pointed the weapon towards me. He said he will give me compensation and said that he will fix my bike while threatening. He was definitely trying to shoot me. I was also hit. Then I got injured and fell into the drain. I damaged my head as well. When I got up, he hit me again. I shut the shop and went to shower. Without my knowledge, someone throttled me and started assaulting me.
The police stated this officer attached to the Karunanayake police was presented before the Minuangoda Magistrates Court and was released on bail of 100,000 rupees. The suspect was ordered to be present before court on the 3rd of April. Don't the actions of such police officers bring disrepute to the police department?
The driver of Parliamentarian Chamal was remanded until the 18th of this month following a brawl which broke out in the Bandaravilla town yesterday.
Police said an altercation had taken place around 6:30 last evening between personnel from the Police Narcotics Bureau, MP Chamal, his security officer and driver. A constable attached to the PNB was injured and hospitalized. The driver of MP Chamal had admitted himself in hospital, citing he was assaulted, and he was arrested today. He is being treated at the Badulla General Hospital under the protection of prisons officials and is expected to be produced in an identification parade.
It is reported that the investigations launched by the Dubai police on the notorious drug lord and the underworld kingpin Markandre Madush and the rest of the suspects has come to an end.
A definite date as to when this group will be produced before court is yet unknown. Along with Markandre Madush, popular singer Amal Pereira, his son Nadimal Pereira, actor Ryan Van Rooyen, and a group of Madush's accomplices were arrested by Dubai police on the 5th of this month. Attorney at law Undul Premaratne, who is presenting facts to the Dubai police and appearing on behalf of Amal Pereira and his son in court, has already reached Dubai. When inquired by Newsfirst, Undul Premaratne said that 18 of the arrested individuals have been found with narcotic substances in their system.
No one has been accused of drug smuggling or the possession of drugs. Everyone is accused of using drugs. We are now hoping to present facts on behalf of Amal and his son Nadimal to the police, not to the court. Especially, we will present facts as to whether they use drugs in Sri Lanka or here in Dubai, and we will try to free them by presenting facts that they were in Dubai to perform at a concert and upon an invitation. Somehow, if our efforts fall short, they can be produced before the court and can be sentenced to a minimum of 3 years, according to these allegations. Even though we are unable to be present as Sri Lankan lawyers at a Dubai court, we are able to present facts to the Dubai police. We have signed all the relevant documents, the power of attorney and proxies from the family members of Amal and his son, and we certified them from the Dubai ambassador's office before arriving here. Therefore, we can appear on their behalf at the police. And we have sought the assistance of lawyers here as well.
Meanwhile, several politicians responded to the statement made by Minister LakshmanKala on the arrest of Markandre Madush at an event held in Marvil Madava yesterday.
Everything was in order to bring Madush back to Sri Lanka. I won't reveal the exact details. The point is everything was set to bring him back. But unfortunately, this was leaked onto the press. Someone leaked the story. As a result, the police in that country intervened into this matter. They took him into custody. The press reports everything, the wanted as well as the unwanted. They do not think about the country. If this was not leaked, Madush would have been brought to Sri Lanka. Because it was leaked, the process was disrupted.
ඒක දූරියන් බොරුවක්. අපි දන්නවා දූරියන් කන මිනිහට රසවත් වුණාට සුවඳ වුණාට බලන් ඉන්න මිනිහට අහල පහල ඉන්න කෙනාට ගඳයි.
Minister LakshmanKala's story is disgusting. How is his tale flawed? Madush is a person who has committed crimes both in Sri Lanka and in Dubai. He was taken into police custody while he was involved in a crime in Dubai. He has 2 accusations against him as of now: using drugs and keeping drugs in his possession. And the police in Dubai are investigating if charges can be filed against him for being involved in the sale of drugs.
Dubai වල පොලිසිය විමර්ශන කටයුතු කරමින් පවතී.
Now they are fighting over Madush. They are making various statements. Kiriyalla is saying that they were going to bring him down the same way they brought KP back.
මං හිතන්නේ කිරියල්ලගේ බාප්පා පුතා වෙන්නේ. කියලා මදුස් බබා එන්න යන්න. කියලා මේ කිරියල්ල මහත්තයා දැන් ඒ විදිහට කියන්නේ නිකන් චූටි බබාබෙක් ගේන්න කියලා වගේ.
You cannot bring Madush like that. Usually we bring dolls when we come back from Dubai. Kiriyalla thinks that Madush is a doll.
කිරියල්ලගේ ඉතින් මදුස් කියන්නේ බෝනික් කියලා.
ඔය මදුස් කියන පාතාල.
Why is the police media spokesperson remaining silent even after Madush and his clan are arrested? Usually when something happens, he will make a statement with a very vivid explanation of what happened in front of the media and try to obtain the full credit to the police. Why is he hiding now? What is the reason behind this? Does the IGP have a say in this? While he is in hiding, some in the government say that they did all of this.
Let's now take a look at tonight's illustrated headlines by Asanka Ladwahetti. Appeal which was filed by Gotabaya Rajapaksa claiming that the special 3-member High Court has no judicial authority to examine the case regarding the construction of the D.A. Rajapaksa Memorial Museum was rejected today by the court.
The case was filed against former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and 7 others with regard to the misappropriation of 33.9 million rupees of state funds for the construction of the museum. The court rejected the fundamental allegations made against them and the case was taken up today. The 6th accused, Mahinda Sagala, had been hospitalized for surgery and his lawyer informed that he would not appear in court today. The court decided to postpone the hearing until the 22nd of July.
Former Minister Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa says when appointing judges to the Supreme Court and when appointing people to top government positions, the Constitutional Council acts in a biased manner.
In a letter addressed to the President and Speaker, Dr. Rajapaksa says the unfair and unjust actions of the Constitutional Council bring about dangerous consequences to public administration. Citing several examples, Dr. Rajapaksa says, as President's Counsel, Suhanta Gamlat was Secretary to the Justice Ministry. He was not appointed as Attorney General despite fulfilling all qualifications. He says Senior DIG S.M. Wickramasinghe lost the position of Inspector General of Police as he was the Chief Security Officer of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The letter adds that Justice Deepali Vijay Sundara was not appointed as the chairperson of the Court of Appeal based on the verdict given on the White Flag Court case. It goes on to say Justice Kusala Sarojini Veerawardena was not appointed to the Court of Appeal as she released Lalit Veeratunga on bail. Dr. Rajapaksa in his letter shows A.A. Heyantuduwa, Manilal Vaidyatilaka and Aruna Ranasinghe were not promoted to the appeal court despite all the qualifications they possessed. The former minister notes it is clear the Constitutional Council is functioning in an unjust and illegal manner and it has become an institution venturing into the path of committing political persecution. He requests that expert advice be obtained to move away from the present negative situation and guidelines on how the CC must operate be published in a Gazette notification.
The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna stated today that they would change the 19th Amendment to the Constitution once they assume power. They made these remarks at a press conference in Colombo today.
One of the main aims of ours once we assume power under the leadership of Mahinda Rajapaksa is to change the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. One of the main ideas behind this amendment was to create an environment where people are appointed independently to top positions in the country. But we don't see this objective being achieved at all under the present Constitutional Council and Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. There is confusion on the system of appointment of justices to the courts. If they were appointed on seniority, why do we need such a council? We ask that if the names that are put forward by the President are rejected, there needs to be a presentation of facts explaining why. There is reasonable doubt on whether these appointments are made on a political basis. The Constitutional Council cannot take decisions on their own.
An event to create awareness among the politicians and state officials about the Grama Shakti program was held this morning. The event was held under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena.
The event was held at the BMICH in Colombo. The Grama Shakti National Program is initiated to eradicate poverty by 2025. The attendees were informed about the special projects implemented under the program and the target for the year 2019.
You were called here because it is an election year. You know that the growth rate of the country is at 3% to 4%. If the state sector employees start worrying about who is going to be the next president or when the next presidential and provincial council elections are going to be held, the growth rate might end up being a negative value. There are around 1.6 million state employees in Sri Lanka. The efficiency of the public service has reduced to 30%. How are we going to increase this to 70%? This is why I request you to take the initiative. In other words, perform your duties for the country at your fullest, regardless of what politicians want. I was told about a new problem when I toured in villages. They said that the trees they see in the evenings are cut when the next day dawns. When I asked them for a solution, most of them said that the chainsaws should be banned. I will issue the circular this week. You should report to the closest police station if you possess a chainsaw. It is mandatory to obtain licenses for chainsaws. Licenses will be issued in March itself.
6 new electoral organizers of the United National Party were appointed at the Temple Trees today. The event was held under the auspices of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
UNP Parliamentarian Karunanayake was appointed as the electorate organizer of the United National Party for Negombo. Former Deputy Minister who represented the SLFP, Lalit Disanayake, was appointed as the new UNP electorate organizer for Karunanayake. Former Central Provincial Councillor representing the SLFP, Tilina Bandara Tennakon, was appointed as the electorate organizer of the United National Party for Pathadumbara. Manjula Bandara was appointed as the UNP electorate organizer for Waryapola, and Uday Vijayanayake was appointed as the electorate organizer of Hiriyala. Veteran musician Rukanta Gunatilaka was appointed as the UNP electorate organizer of Dambadeniya. We have created the Democratic National Front. We are going ahead with all of the forces. We are preparing for this fight. If the freedom of this country is to be upheld, if the democracy is to be protected, if the judiciary is to be protected, then it can only be done through this front. I hope that all the organizers will work accordingly. If this does not happen, we will take action. As per the restructuring, there are certain organizer posts left vacant. The working committee has decided to appoint new organizers.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයෙන් විතරක් නෙමෙයි අනාගතයේ පොහොට්ටුවෙනුත් අපි සමග අත්වැල් බැඳගෙන ඉදිරි දේශපාලන කටයුතු වලට යාමට කැමැත්ත පළ කරලා තියෙනවා. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. We do not hope to go up to 48 ministerial portfolios. We hope to increase it just above 30. We want to increase the number of ministers slightly above the current number. ඒ අමාත්‍ය ධූර ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි කර ගන්න විතරයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. පූර්ණ කාලීන මතය. I am a full-time politician. I will engage in my musical activities as well. I will do the correct thing in politics. Those happened many years ago. It has been over 15 to 16 years since those took place. I will not think about it a lot. I will not completely forget it either. We cannot go on this journey while pondering about these matters. When you take a look at the policies, there is not much of a difference. Back in the day, Madam Sirimao sat in PETA and said that the executive presidency should be abolished. They have accepted what was said by the SLFP. The SLFP has accepted the free trade policy that was brought about by J.R. Jayawardena. There is no difference between the two parties. We are going to move forward by strengthening the democracy. Meanwhile, a group supporting the former UNP organizer of Negombo, Royce Fernando, protested against the appointment of UNP MP Karunanayake Jayawardena as the organizer for Negombo. When an important decision regarding the party is being taken, they should have asked the opinion of the municipal councillors as well. What we hoped for from the PM was some employment opportunities. We wanted houses and his help against those who have become victims of political revenge. What has happened at present is different. We will obtain the support of that organizer and move forward. We need everyone from the United National Party. We hope to go forward in this journey along with all the organizers of the UNP. In addition, there are people of the joint opposition, the Pohot Tour, as well as the SLFP who are waiting to join us. We will get the JVP and the independent groups as well. We will make the UNP shine. We have a program for this and we will enact it.
Sangaviru Sobitana Himiga Modaga Mane, constructed in Maduluweva Paduka, was vested with the public today. The event was held under the auspices of Minister of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs and the Deputy Leader of the United National Party, Sajith Premadasa.
This is the 162nd model village constructed under the Samata Sevana Yalipibiden Udagammana program. The village, which consists of 18 houses, has access to clean drinking water and infrastructure facilities. House ownership deeds, housing loans and several other programs were held in line with the main event. You receive our blessings for visiting this village. I hope that you receive the blessings, the people, and the strength to build more villages like this. Providing a house to someone equals to many great deeds. I don't use an official vehicle to travel. I don't use government funds to pump fuel for my personal vehicle as well. I don't even use a house provided by the government. The money I save is deposited to the Sevena funds every month. Certain people are slinging mud at me for trying to construct 2,500 Udagammana projects. They probably think that I will get demotivated by these. I'd like to tell them that I have the original Premadasa genes, so I never get affected by such things. My father implemented this initiative from 1977 to 1993 and built millions of houses. What happened then? My father was accused of building cardboard houses. In 1996, the Minister of Housing at the time had to attend the World Habitat Summit. Who was the minister then? Nimal Siripala de Silva. Here's a copy of the report. What does it say? It says that Ranasinghe Premadasa built hen houses. We can write pages about the split internal politics in Sri Lanka. That was depicted in this report.
A meeting was held between Minister Ravi Karunanayake and Governor of the Western Province Azad Sali.
The meeting was held at the Governor's office in Colombo.
The meeting was held at the Governor's office in Colombo. I came to speak to the Governor of the Western Province. We saw a lot of activities taking place. We came to discuss about what needs to be done from the Ministry to resolve the issues in the provincial councils. Not just from the Colombo district. We make a request from the entire country. Anyone can obtain electricity from the Ceylon Electricity Board. You do not have to establish who lives in a house and who owns the house anymore. You can now obtain electricity to the house you live in from the Ceylon Electricity Board.
I've
already informed my policy. The roads are constructed for vehicles to travel and the pavement is for the general public. I have already instructed to remove those buildings. The Chief Secretary has already written to all municipal and urban councils and Pradesh Sabhas. If you go to Kettarama, you will see the notices displayed in every shop. We have started working. If those buildings are not removed by next week, we will have to do the needful.
A potential conflict of interest scenario which affected the public's monies was exclusively reported by Team News First.
News First highlighted the potential for fraud and liability to the public on the ongoing central bank scandal. The vigilance did not stop at the central bank. News First uncovered yet another potential conflict of interest situation which involves a state bank and a public listed company. The People's Bank had on its board of directors businessman Jehan Amaratunga as a member. Amaratunga was also concurrently the deputy executive chairman of MTD Walkers PLC. Alarm bells failed to arrest the situation when Team News First made these revelations. Significant amounts of monies, up to 10 billion rupees, had been granted by the People's Bank to MTD Walkers PLC, where the securities offered to the bank now appears to have been wholly inadequate. The People's Bank, a state-owned institution, is not alone in enjoying this exposure to a company that had been on the watch list of the Colombo Stock Exchange. The company's own financial records revealed a staggering 18 billion rupees owed as debt to a whole host of local banks. The state-owned institutions were owed over 4 billion rupees. A facility of $19 million from the Exim Bank of Malaysia was originally given to MTD Walker Sri Lanka. This loan was underwritten by the principal shareholder MTD Berhad Malaysia. Whilst the local banks face a potential liability of over 18 billion rupees, MTD Berhad have secured for themselves the asset-rich portion of MTD Walker Sri Lanka. The transfer of the shares in a series of local unlisted businesses has meant that for all intents and purposes that the loans due to the local banks stand perilously exposed. And separately, but as importantly, the bulk of funds had been borrowed from mainly publicly listed financial institutions. A matter of grave import that apart from two banks who have instituted action seeking recovery, none of the other financial institutions have thus far initiated action towards recovery. Shareholders who are members of the public also stand to see the devaluation of their investments. Who will be paying this money to the banks? Prices of fuel has been increased with effect from midnight tonight.
A price of a litre of 92-octane petrol has been increased by 6 rupees. The current price would be 129 rupees per litre. The price of a litre of 95-octane petrol has been increased by 5 rupees and would now be 152 rupees per litre. The price of a litre of auto diesel would be 103 rupees, which is an increase of 4 rupees. The price of a litre of super diesel has been increased by 8 rupees and would now be 126 rupees per litre. In sports news, Mohan De Silva and the group convened a press briefing today regarding their nominations for SLC elections being rejected by the appeals committee.
We got to know about this through the media last Friday. We have not been given a reason as of yet. They are aware that we have not committed any wrongdoing. We will definitely seek the assistance of the judiciary. They have postponed the election by 14 days. Why did they do that? I wrote a letter to the election committee regarding this. We hope that the judiciary will give us an independent decision. We hope to remove the things that are favourable to them in this contradiction. That is our stance.
Preparations are being made for the Sports First Alliance Platinum Awards 2018, which is being organized to recognize, commend and award talented sportsmen and women in the country. The award ceremony is scheduled to be held on the 29th of March at Stein Studios in Ratmalana. 20 awards and 10 medals are to be presented at the event. And that's a wrap of Primetime News for tonight. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Dasni Athavan. Good night.